Hey, happy Earth Day. Classes brought me an Earth Day present this morning. I heard something go down in the woods, and then I see that beautiful dog with something fairly large hanging out of its mouth. He killed a raccoon. Happy Earth Day. The cycle of life. Yep, that was fun. Anywho, yesterday I posted something about my brother, which was probably one of the most impactful experiences of my life. Losing him beyond birthing my kids, and divorce is pretty impactful. I've moved, I think 10, 11 times in 4 years. Some people would think that makes me unstable. Other people would think that makes me quite adventurous. Tomato. I think I've moved like 18 times total. I don't know. Something crazy like that. Anyway, a lot of it was half of it was like in New Jersey. And then, no, most of it was here. I don't know. Restless. So I posted about my brother. He fell off the mountain hiking in Acadia National Park, Bar Harbor, Maine. It was quite tragic. His rescue was intense, and clearly he didn't make it. And grief is very tricky. I think I should be paid to be a professional griever. I call my family and I experts in grief. I don't think that you need a degree to call yourself an expert in grief. I think you just need to have a certain amount of it. And my family certainly did. So my parents buried 3 children and 2 grandchildren. I knew all of them except one. The one baby my mother carried to term, went through labor and delivery, pushed the baby out. They realized the umbilical cord had wrapped around the baby's neck and then strangled her while she was coming out. So that had to be devastating in and of itself. But then to have to bury 2 more kids and two grandkids, it's kind of unfathomable. So yeah, I think we're experts in grief. I think I speak very confidently in talking about this because we've really run the gamut with cycles of birth and death. So they were all pretty young. Even my mom, 60s, she was the oldest, and 60 comparatively speaking isn't old, not in my opinion. Maybe I'm saying that because I'm tipping 50, but I really don't feel like 60 is old. You ping pong through the stages of grief. It can sneak up on you at any point. My brother's been gone 19 years. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go away. Yes, it does get better. I would argue, I don't like that word, champion that it does get better. And it can get better. And how that happens is honoring the cycles of grief and really accepting the loss, which is probably the hardest part. And then honoring that person continually by living your life. And that is the hardest thing for me to say, and even harder for somebody grief-stricken to hear and accept as truth. But life is meant to be lived, and life is for the living. And we're here and now for a reason, and they're not. And while it's heartbreaking, something happened when my brother passed, and it didn't happen right away. This was over a decade process of me realizing that everything that I was doing that I thought was right, I was doing things the clinical way. And statistically, if you do this, this, and this. And what I realized was that the healing was in the living. And I wrote a blog about this. It's on my website. And I stand by that. And I moved and I changed my whole life. And I've never felt so deeply connected to somebody who has crossed over. I promise you, grief is sacred medicine, and there's so much on the other side of it. And if you can sit with it long enough, there are these musings and this wisdom, this deep, deep, innate wisdom that is contained and embodied in grief that is such a powerful catalyst and teacher for you. And so I just wanted to come on here and say, as somebody who has really been steeped in so much intense grief with every person in my life who's left this planet, not just immediate family members, you can take that pain and turn it into passion and purpose. You can take that mess and you can make it your message. You can find a reason and a why to move forward and not just go through the motions, but thrive, because they want us to laugh. They want us to play. They want us to be happy. I promise you, they do. No one on the other side is like, oh, they're not crying over me still. It doesn't work that way. They are, whatever you believe. I believe in God, so I believe they're in heaven. And they're just in this enormous amount of peace and light and love. And who would ever want to come back? This is hard here. They know that. They know that what we're enduring here is quite difficult. So they want us to thrive. They want us to be living life to the fullest and living our best life possible until we meet again. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Do what you need to do. Seek out, source out every tool imaginable to get you to the other side of this. I'm living proof. My sister was 23. My nieces were 15 and 18 years old. They passed away within 4 months of each other. My brother was 39 and my mom was 60, and they passed within 15 months of each other. I promise you, there is something on the other side of all of that heartache and heartbreak. I love you to pieces. I hope this helps. If not one person, that's it. One person planting seeds, doing good. Go do something special for the earth. I get to bury a raccoon.